love it.
Whoop,
You
whoop.
love it. You love it. You're going down.
That's interesting. No, you're done. You're done. Just come on. You're done. You're done.
Oh, crap.
Yeah, you're done.
It's the batteries.
Yeah,
Batteries
no, of
dying.
course, of course.
Hi and welcome to Level 3, our corner of Channel 31 here where we talk all things gamers and gaming. I'm Jamie. I'm going to be looking mostly at the PS2 side of things. I've got some friends here to help me out. First up, here's Jason.
What the was that?
It was beautiful, that's what it was. It was art.
It was something. I don't know. Kirsty, fantastic to have you here because it is a momentous occasion.
Oh, it's
It
huge.
is absolutely momentous.
Huge as Xbox.
Wow. Oh, it's funny though, because that is still the only console to come with a warning about not dropping it on your child's head. But, no, it's 200. It's episode 200.
Wow.
So, and it's interesting to think that, yeah, when I started this, I didn't have a beard. And,
Yeah, it's like slowly grown and then gone
slowly
back
grown,
and
that's
then
what-
grown
yeah,
and then gone back.
That's what happened, yeah. But no, it's just been crazy. We've had so many people through. We've had so many different crews. I mean, you're now the offsider, which is good. So it's
I'm your wingman.
You're my that's a bit creepy. Because whenever anyone says that, I always think of like the completely homoerotic scene in Top Gun. You know,
Oh.
you've been my wingman anytime.
Ooh.
It's like Val Kilmer prepares the lube. But no, I don't know what to say. I'm just kind of overwhelmed by it.
Well, did you think you'd ever make it this far?
No, I didn't think I'd live this long. So I was just assumed I'd be dead in a gutter somewhere. So
It's basically the same thing,
it
really.
is. Well, this is probably the television equivalent of being dead in a gutter. But I don't know. I guess it's still better than being on the ABC.
Yeah, I was going to say.
I don't know, what can you say? But yeah, I just I don't know. What was, I mean, how do you feel about it all?
I'm just amazed. Like, I mean, obviously I'm pretty recent, so I haven't really had a whole lot of the whole
You'll be coming
Level
up to
3.
nearly your 50th episode, surely, though. You
Oh
started about
gosh,
60
oh, I
something.
feel so old.
Oh
Oh god, no. Well, I mean, I've known Level 3 for a while. I found you, of course, in that Wicker's house or wherever you were in
Oh, yes, the one Wicker's house.
2007.
Yeah.
So I've been around for a while, but it's just amazing to see like the family kind of coming together. Like people can't actually see. We've got a huge crowd
it's a
here
contingent
tonight.
tonight.
Yeah, it's just
So,
amazing. Like it's just such a great atmosphere, and we've got all from different facets of life.
Correct.
So it's so interesting.
Yeah,
and
we embrace all communities. We've got
Yeah.
Vietnamese, we've got real Asian in Brad, we've got the homosexual community covered in Darth.
got the black.
It's fantastic.
Token
we've got
black.
trolls, we've got everyone. You've got
Token black, yeah.
Math Irish, we've got everyone covered. So
Yeah.
I don't know. I guess it's one thing about us. We've always tried to embrace the community. Anybody who's wanted a spot on the show, as long as they've earned it, they've got it. And
Yeah, that's what makes us different as well, though. It's all about the community, bringing the community in, not just saying, oh, yes,
Correct.
your ideas were valid, but we're going to rip off something else.
Yeah. Well, yeah,
So-
we're not exclusionist pricks like most other blokes, and I think that's what kind of separates us from everyone else. And I don't know. Look, I guess the whole thing's going to be a lot of old clips, a lot of links with everybody. Just going to be a real. It's going to be about us. We've done enough for the industry, I think, anyway, and I think it's time to do it us. I mean, so
Yeah.
our tens of thousands of viewers, over 100,000 viewers, keep watching. And
Yeah.
we'll keep on chuffing. But for now, what do you reckon?
Well,
We'll
let's
on
go.
to it? Go
Yeah.
on to it? Let's get it started. Alrighty guys, here's the story. The burner gang have overrun the city, causing widespread panic and chaos. Emergency services are stretched to absolute capacity. You are Nick Mason, a recently commissioned riot cop with the designation T0. Armed with a riot shield and specialised T0 weaponry, you set out to take the fight back to the streets. Now while it sounds completely tacky and lame, be warned, this game kicks some serious rear end. You are armed with a riot shield. Now without it, you're going to get absolutely done like dinner, but with it, you are a superhero. This is a single gameplay edition that is going to make this game so fun to play. There's no high-tech gadgets, there's no aliens, there's no terrorists, there's no army men. It's just you, a riot shield, and about 100 guys who want you dead and want you dead yesterday. Nothing describes the feeling of running up to a guy who's unloading an assault rifle clip, waiting, waiting, and then tasering him until he sets on fire. Absolutely brilliant. But be warned, you will feel everything through the riot shield. Shotgun blasts will knock you back about 1 meter, and Uzi clips will take you back further than that. Meat cleavers get stuck into it. Fire leaves a superficial burning effect. The visual effects on the shield look absolutely awesome. But don't write the burner gang off just yet. While Einstein's got nothing to worry about, these guys really do want you dead. If you get too close, they'll kick your shield away and try and shoot you that way. They'll try and slide nail bombs under it. They'll even kamikaze if they have to. They'll flank you, they'll outnumber you, and they'll jump down from the rafters. And it's the atmosphere that's going to keep you on your freaking toes. Now, being a cop, you've got a duty to the people of the city, and there's going to be a lot of people who are going to need you. Luckily enough, you've got backup. You've got firemen who cut away debris and put out fires. You've got medics who are going to heal you and other civilians. You've also got cops who will provide firepower and ammunition. And while going around with NPCs normally sucks, these guys aren't too bad. They generally stay out of your way, and you'll only shoot them in the head occasionally as they run past you. So it's kind of forgivable in the long run. Now, besides the main objectives for every mission, you've also got bonus objectives for every level. If there's a certain number of headshots you've got to get, there's a certain number of arrests you've got to make, there's a certain number of gang marks you've got to find, and completing that level without continuing will all net you a medal. Each medal will go onto your medal count, and as you get medals, you get medals, you get medals, you get different weapons. You get the upgraded pistol, you get the upgraded machine gun, you get upgraded this and that. And when you get to the very end, you get a big old fancy surprise. So play it through the end, guys. Play it through twice, play it through 3 times if you have to, but make sure you get all of those medals. By the end of it, you'll have taught yourself to just lift the shield up the tiniest bit to get that perfect headshot. Now, the big question is, how does it stack up? Now, visually, it's a mixed bag. The shield effects, as I said, look absolutely brilliant. The slow-mo deaths look pretty cool, and the resolution isn't too bad, but there are some really bad textures and some really bad effects. I really do give the visuals probably, I don't know, a 7.5 out of 10. Now, the sound is another thing. The sound is absolutely brilliant. These guys want you dead, and they'll let you know. And you haven't heard this much swearing since Aunt Betty got drunk at Christmas. People will shoot at you, explosions will go off, and people will scream, and you'll hear it all clear as an absolute bell. Sound will easily get a 9 out of 10. Now, gameplay is just absolutely insanely fun. There's no story, the characters are straight out of the textbook, but these guys don't take themselves seriously, and neither should you. This is all just about, this is about a gameplay twist, the shield, carrying a game, and it works absolutely magnificently. That said, however, you're going to be in this one for a good time and not a long time, because even with the medals, the replay value still isn't too great. Gameplay is probably about a 9.5 out of 10. That, guys, leaves us with a combined total of about 8.7 out of 10. Now, I'd be tempted to bump it to a 9 if the visuals were just that little bit better, but they're not. Don't let that dissuade you, however. This game absolutely rocks. Go out and grab it, and just remember, this is the game that Black promised to be all those moons ago. So thanks EA for dropping the ball, and thanks EDOS for picking it up and running with it. Until next time, guys, my name's Jason, and I can't wait to get my hands on a riot shield.
Ain't too pretty now, huh? Fuck you, Mason.
So, Jamie,
Donald?
it's been a long road, but finally we've hit it 200 years of level 3.
It's been a long road.
Don't sing anymore, otherwise we'll have to pay the money.
Yes, that's true.
Yeah, so it's been quite fascinating for you. We only just started, well, personally, I just started at the start of this year. I was doing the radio show beforehand. Then I interviewed this lot, and they ended up picking me up for some reason.
Yeah, better than my story.
The scraps of the Student Youth Network, yeah.
Yeah, better than me, man. I was around here since 2007, just doing odd jobs. And we started the podcast like in early 2008, and
Then I continued it.
then you continue like 2 years after the fact, and
Yep.
well, now we're doing a live stream now.
And didn't that end well? Yeah.
Yeah,
But we're doing the podcast now, so it's like audio except blasted into your eyeballs.
Yeah, it's all right, I suppose.
Yeah, but still, whilst we're here reminiscing, we should think about the past 4 years of gaming.
Because a lot's happened. I mean,
Oh my goodness, gracious me.
Like all the new consoles are out. Stuff like achievements have become big. Where do we start?
I don't know. We'll just pick one thing since we didn't have a lot of time on us. The thing that's pretty much that I love about the past 4 years is the prominence of the internet and the fact that we can download cheap, good games on major consoles and PC and everything now.
I mean, so you got stuff like Good Old Games, which is just a haven for these really great PC games like Planescape Torment, Baldur's Gate, that kind of thing.
Not to mention Xbox Live and PlayStation Network.
Oh,
where
can't forget those.
You've got giving us quality titles like Braid and what's it called, Geometry Wars, and a whole heap of quality.
And Shadow. Can't forget Shadow.
And Shadow as well. Some small but good cheap games.
I guess for my one is probably the proliferation of of instrument-based rhythm games like your Guitar Heroes, your Rock Bands, that kind of thing.
Oh, how can you not ignore that?
I mean, honestly, it's a great way to get people into new music. Like, for instance, that's the reason why I keep playing those games because it's cheap for me just to buy Guitar Hero or Rock Band, just get into a whole bunch of new music.
It gives you
listen to that.
a legitimate excuse to sing along to the Doors and David Bowie with having being in the shower.
Oh, of course.
And enjoy that mental image of Jamie being in the shower.
You're a disgusting individual, Donald.
Oh, you're the one that's making people think of you in the shower.
Yeah, you are the ones making people think I'm in the shower.
You're a towel.
You're a towel.
You're a towel.
We're not
That
going.
also sums up level 3 quite well.
Yep, indeed.
Yeah, so we're talking about what's called the motion gaming, but that's pretty much sort of getting a second wind thanks to the whole connect and move thing. We'll only have to see how that goes.
Oh, I'm looking forward to Connect. Yay. And move's okay, I suppose.
Sorry, it's the future. That's what it is.
It's a future. It's a future, all right.
Yes, but no. What's here? One more thing. What's your favorite games from the past 4 years?
Well, I want to begin. Burnout Paradise for one was just like it's just such a fun game. I'm really looking forward to seeing what Criterion did with Hot Pursuit, or Need for Speed, I should say. The Darkness was also just probably the best first-person shooter I've played in the last few years. Darkness, it's Star Wars game.
Really, the Darkness?
I love that game.
Rightio.
Really great story. Had one of the most jaw-dropping moments I've seen in the video game in such a long time.
Ah.
And then there's of course Team Fortress 2 because that game was just so much fun.
Of course. Me, one game just pops into my mind.
Don't
if you
say
listen to
it.
the podcast,
Don't
you know what I'm
say
going to say. Shin Megami Tensei Persona 4.
Christ almighty.
70 hours. I've spent 70 hours playing the game and about a week experiencing the game vicariously or otherwise. I still love it for its characters, its gameplay, everything about it.
Why am I partnered with this guy? Please, why?
You just play the game. It's one of the best things in the past 4 years.
I suppose.
That was fun reminiscing, wasn't it?
Oh, a little, yeah.
On to another 200 years of level 3.
Now I'm joined by someone you may have seen at the end of the show. This is Dale, and he's a dentist. We can't show his face on television. No, actually, it's Dale, the producer of the show. You might have seen it on the live stream if you watch those, and you should watch those because otherwise you're a terrible person. But
And on the end of the show every week.
yes, and you're the producer, of course, and we've been kind of the I don't want to say the driving force because it makes it sound like wankers, but I mean we've been doing this for 4 years.
Yes.
Well, I didn't have a beard then.
And neither did I.
Yeah, well, no.
Yes, I did.
But this is actually not your first appearance on the show. It's your second appearance on the show. Do you remember what your first appearance on the show was?
What?
The jump button segment
Oh.
that earned us so much scorn in this industry because someone had to play the games at Acme, and so it was you and
I was a hand model.
you and Serlo and stuff, wasn't it, I believe, like a couple of other people from the old days, and that was back when we filmed it in good old Dandytown, and I mean I still remember auditioning for you guys, and the issue with me auditioning was the recommendation I received.
Yes, when we first started Level 3, it was an idea we had. I was making programs for Channel 31. We had a Work for the Doll project that we couldn't do anything we want. So I thought, what about video games? Nobody was doing it at the time. We were the first.
Correct.
And then I put it out there and we had auditions. We got on. We had actors applying to be on the show. And then
That's when we knocked Bajo back, actually.
yeah. And we had a guy, one of our guys recommended a friend of his. Now this guy was, let's say, a simple person.
He wasn't like, but he was like Peter Pan, like he was a little boy forever, and not in a kind of pedophilic kind of sense, but like just a simple kind of dude.
And so I assumed Jason was retarded. We now know
That's true.
that's true, yeah. But in a special kind of way.
Yeah.
So.
But yeah, and that was the recommendation, and so it all
I
got
nearly
started.
knocked him back for that.
Yeah, I know. I nearly didn't even get in the door, and then obviously we got there, and then it was the three of us, the three amigos. It was me, Nick, and Jamie.
Yep, and that's why it was called Level 3. For people who want
Yes.
to know, there were 3 sort of areas we covered. We covered
PC,
PC,
PS2, like Sony,
PS2,
and Xbox, Nintendo, which was me.
Xbox, yeah.
So. And and then obviously that was Danny Nong, and then Nick left. Nick drove the truck to Doncaster, and then went to China. And then
he went to China, but never got off Facebook.
MSN. Yeah, no, MSN. That was before Facebook.
Right.
Yeah, Zuckerberg hadn't risen then.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, and so he was always on MSN, and then it was obviously us two, and then we were out of Dandenong because the Afghans needed to make more dodgy cars. So we filmed at a few different places for a while. Then McDonald went to Big Brother.
Yeah, we basically with Level 3, we just filmed wherever we could.
Wherever we could make a studio, yeah.
And we had things filmed outside in showers that have been mentioned a few times. Memorable places. We filmed in a park where we nearly got arrested by the police.
We did, because we had guns, and there was a girl driving along, and she saw us going across, and we all, like, I had an M16
full scale
shoulder.
M16.
Yeah,
and we had
full size replica M16. I just passed her along, and then she sped off. I'm like, oh, what's that about? And then all of a sudden, crunch. Oh, by the way, next time you're gonna have fake guns, let us know. So that was good. And then McDonald left, and he went to Big Brother, and then he came back, and he wanted us to stop filming in that time, which...
Yeah, well, the rule was with Big Brother is that they didn't want anybody with talent, so they just wanted noobs.
This is true.
And
That's why my application got knocked back.
Yeah.
No, really.
And so they didn't want any actors or anything like that. So he wanted us to shut down, and we said, yeah, we will. But how was he to know?
Exactly, he'd be there. And then obviously we had the next era, and then Jamie left, and then we got the new kids, like all the new kids
on the block.
So.
Yeah, but it's always been a bit of a whatever. Level 3's always been whatever we can make out of it based on the people we've got.
Correct.
And but there's been two idiots, fucking spend too much time, sleepless nights, putting some stupid show together, and I think I've got some kids somewhere out there. That
I think I do too, but that's because I'm Irish and we don't do that.
So. Oh yeah, I know you have.
Yeah. So, I'll say they tried to sue us for alimony payments, but what fucking money are they going to get from us? Anyway, but I guess we'll keep going until we stop. Is really it. So we're kind of like Ebola. You can't get rid of us. And make sure you don't
or
put
zombies.
Us make sure you don't put
we
us
should
Africans.
appear in Call of Duty.
Level 3.
That's pretty. Oh no. Well, thank you for ending it.
Better than zombies.
Thank you for ending on such a sour note. Really, let's just go.
Do you ever get sick of the world? I mean, just, do you get annoyed with the crowds and the traffic and the lining up for every little thing behind 5,000 other people and listening to the same morons talk the same crap every single day? If that's the case, you should probably take a chill pill and get your hands on Destroy All Humans. This one's a release from THQ, developed by Pandemic. This game flips the standard, where you're the big hero saving all humanity. None of that. No, this time round, you're the badass that's been sent down to Earth to wreak havoc on the humans, tear out brain stems, and yes, even to anally probe. Finally! You probably won't be emailing all your friends to rave about the graphics of this game. The graphics are pretty basic, but this does suit the game well, because Destroy All Humans does have a very retro feel about it. This game was inspired by movies such as the classic Plan 9 from Outer Space, as well as more recent films like Mars Attacks and Men in Black. The graphics get a 5 out of 10. The scripting is hilarious. You will love listening to the anti-hero's smart-ass comments throughout the game. The atmospheric sounds are quite basic, but you'll fill this up by reading people's minds and hearing some pretty funny comments at times. Sound gets a 5 out of 10. The simplicity of this game makes it feel very light. Pretty much all you have to do is come down to the planet Earth, tear out brain stems, harvest DNA and take it back to your mothership to exchange for weapons upgrades and psychic abilities. You can of course get involved in the subplots, and these subplots involve things such as going to Area 51 to rescue a predecessor, kidnapping a beauty queen from a pageant for onboard experiments, and also impersonating a mayor to convince the locals that UFOs don't exist. For the simplicity of the storyline, I give it a 6 out of 10. Destroy All Humans is a gimmick game, there is no denying that, but it is one hell of a great gimmick game. You'll be playing this one for at least a week, if not closer to a month. The relative simplicity of this game won't lend itself to being a long-term investment, so I have to give Last Ability a 3 out of 10. Like a cool breeze on a hot day, this game is oh so refreshing. The random violence is delicious. The tearing out brain stems is yummy, and anally probing someone until their head explodes, magic. This free roaming game allows you to complete missions in your own time, which I am a huge fan of. The levels are quite large, so loading time during gameplay isn't really an issue. Loading times between levels? That's a different story, but look, it is well and truly worth the wait. For gameplay, I'm giving this one a massive 9 out of 10. Overall, be sure not to miss this game. It wouldn't be at the top of my list to buy, but it is well and truly worth adding to your collection. Because Destroy All Humans is so different from everything else on the market, I have to give it a 7.5 out of 10, with a 1/4 point bonus for the anal probing. So that's a total of 7.75 for Destroy All Humans. That's my PS2 review for today. I'm going to get back to destroying all humans.
Okay, monkeys. You want a war? You got a war. Let's get funky. The procedure will be protracted and invasive. I think this calls for the jumbo probe. When do I get to blow things up? In plasma, resist this. Filthy monkeys!
There's something in the. Oh,
You've got Adrian Brody and Head in the way. What on earth are you playing? And then you hit yourself.
Shut up. I'm
That's right.
distracted.
So,
All right.
you
I'm
ran
distracted.
Into a door. Ran into a door.
Yep.
End of 200. I
Oh,
thought this is the
gosh.
way we ended. I thought, you know,
It's the way that makes us happiest.
it is. It really is, and it's the most relaxing post for me. Anyway, I don't know about you, but I'm
Yeah,
actually more
it's-
comfortable sitting like this than I am with my.
It's
legs
quite a
down.
natural pose for me.
Well,
Most
this-
Thursday nights
this
end
is
up like
true.
this.
Wow,
So.
Thursdays, sheepers, you change nights.
I'm
every
high
night.
nights, yeah.
That's
Yeah,
right.
I'm moving up in the world.
Ah,
Hence the
right.
pineapple.
I still better not be paying. I'm telling you.
Oh, nah. For you, 200 episodes, man. I can't make it
That's
pay.
exactly. That's what I reckon. It's all about what you get from people. That seems to be what the industry is about anyway. Speaking of which, I guess we've got contests to announce. We've got
Yes, we do.
Pro Evolution Soccer. Check the website tonight. It should be up. I'm going to try and announce the winners by Thursday. We have some Guitar Hero stuff. We have some DJ Hero stuff to give away. We've got some copies of games to give away. It's going crazy. What I want you to do, I want you to find me the best non-official level 3. You got a shopping centre, take a photo of your level 3. You got a car park, take a photo of your level 3. Find me the best unofficial level 3, and you'll win a prize.
Ooh.
What do you reckon?
I like it. I
That's
like the
pretty
way
good.
it goes.
So we'll run those for a couple of weeks, so you got a good chance of winning it, and we decide what you win. And if you don't like it, suck a dick. I guess the only other thing to mention is all the people, we aren't with us anymore. I'm not saying that because they're dead. Unfortunately, in some cases,
us,
but I mean, we've got things like Nick, the original Nick. We've got McDonald. Who can forget McDonald? We've got Amelia. We've got Anna. We've got Miko, who can't make it tonight. We've got so many people. All the people here in the room at the moment. We have people from the old stage, like Christian, Stephen, heaps of people who helped us out. Little Johnny, so many people, and I guess that it just goes to show we're all about the community. Kirsty,
We are. We absolutely love the community aspect. It's what we're all about, really.
It is. I guess in the real spirit of that, I guess now would be the time to have everybody
To
get
farewell.
Yeah, I guess
End of an era.
End of
We're
an
in the
era, and hopefully
200s
beginning
now.
of a new one.
Beginning of a new one for the next 200 episodes. See how much more naked we can get.
Well, I reckon that is a good show. I would
Ooh.
watch that show.
Yeah,
and
we got a level 4 though.
We're actually rated for nudity, which is fun.
So see, this is safe.
But I'll tell you what, let's get everyone in to say goodbye.
Yes.
How about that? Come on, everyone.
Come on, everyone
Smile
in,
in.
do the squat. While you're at it.
So, on 3, 1, 2, 3. Thanks, Australia.
Australia,
Can't
can't wait to see what you have for us next time.